Hello guys, how's it going? Steve here, also known as ScubertYTP. Today's video is going to be a continuation of the Did You Know series, in which I present 10 facts and/or theories that I found interesting and thought you guys might find interesting. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get to it. So our first fact of the day is that in the English alphabet, the dot above a lowercase I or J is called a tittle. Yeah, it turns out grammar must have a sense of humor. By the way, did you know that there's a town in the USA that has only a population of 1? The town of Monowi, Nebraska has only 1 resident. Her name is Elsie Eiler. Elsie Eiler serves as the town's mayor, records keeper, and bartender at the local tavern. And on a completely unrelated note, we're going to move on to the subject of graphene. Graphene is considered to be the strongest thing known to man. Just to give you an idea on how strong graphene is, the amount of force that you would need to pierce a piece of graphene that is about as thin as a human hair would have to be equivalent to that of an elephant balancing on a pencil. Yeah, that's some strong stuff. So, now we're going to move on to something completely different. You guys remember these things? Well, the last major production to be released on VHS in North America was the 2005 film A History of Violence. Has it really been that long since these things were on the market? And by the way, just in case you're wondering, no, this is not The History of Violence. This is a movie from 1990 that's really bad called The Channeler. I don't know why I still have this. So the next fact we're going to move on to is something that many people see as a really bad marketing fiasco, but some see as marketing genius. And I'm talking about New Coke. In 1985, Coca-Cola changed their recipe, and instead of selling it along with the original recipe for recipe? Instead of selling the new recipe along with the old recipe for Coca-Cola, they just took Coca-Cola that was original out of the picture, and they only sold the New Coke in stores. People liked the taste of New Coke, but there was a huge amount of backlash because a lot of people missed the original one. For a lot of people, it had a sentimental value. And after 3 months of this backlash, Coca-Cola decided to revert the formula back to its old recipe, and everyone was happy again. Now, a lot of people see this as a marketing disaster, but there are also people out there who view it as marketing genius. The reason why so many people actually think that it was actually a smart move on the part of Coca-Cola is that sales of Coca-Cola skyrocketed after they reintroduced the old recipe. Honestly, I'm not sure whether to think it was a really bad move or a really good move. But instead of worrying about whether that was a marketing fiasco or marketing genius, I'm just gonna think of our next fact. And that fact has to do with the first issue of Captain America. Captain America issue number 1's cover featured an image of Captain America punching Hitler in the face. America! Oh, and this is a completely unrelated topic, but you know, shaving doesn't actually make your hair grow back faster. It looks a little thicker when it grows back, but that's because the hair is blunt on the end because you just shaved it. Speaking of which, my face is starting to feel like sandpaper and I should probably shave soon. So, pretty soon I'm going to start reading the epic poem Beowulf. I've never actually read this, but a lot of people have told me that it's really great, and it's considered a really great piece of English literature. But one really interesting thing is that nobody knows who the heck wrote this. Nobody knows who the author of Beowulf is. And on a completely unrelated note, I'm gonna talk about music and I said notes. See what I did there? Anyway, you guys know the band Van Halen, right? Please say yes. Anyway, we all know them as Van Halen, but they almost didn't end up calling themselves Van Halen. They actually had a dangerously close brush with them calling themselves Rat Salad. And our 10th and final fact of the day has to do with the magical day of Christmas. Well, it doesn't really have much to do with the day, it actually just has to do with the spelling. You know how a lot of people just say Xmas instead of Christmas? And it's actually a very common belief that Xmas is actually a way of taking Christ out of Christmas, but it's actually just the opposite. The X in Xmas actually is representative of the Greek letter chi, which is representative of Christ. Therefore, it's just a shorter way of keeping Christ in Christmas. I really should have saved that one for a Christmas-themed video. Well, anyway, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed these 10 little facts, and we'll see what we can come up with next time. Alright guys, that's it for today. Steve, out.